agenda for meeting 1500 in front of you. You will find the agenda for tonight's meeting. Are there any errors or additions to the agenda?
I got one addition under finance.
Okay.
Chair, there's an error for the last minutes, just to let you know.
Okay. Is there anything else that any errors or additions? That's it? Okay, so for the minutes, can I have a mover?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Jones, second.
Second.
Second by Councillor Hines. Sorry, Councillor
That's
Hines.
okay.
All right, all those in favor?
All right.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. So the minutes for meeting 1499 held on October 27th are presented. Are there any errors or omissions? And Councillor Fitzgerald just indicated that there is an error in those minutes. Is that correct?
There was one error. I think I brought it to everyone's attention. It might have been fixed. It was in the finance report. Listed myself as a counselor. I wasn't in attendance. So, yeah, no, I'm there still. It's under item number 2025-1027-03 finance. I was not, I wasn't there. I was there in spirit,
Yeah.
but I wasn't there not to vote, so
Okay.
it only should be 6.
Okay, so knowing that error has been made, and we make the correction on that, is it okay we move forward to get this moved now, if everybody's okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, so. He's good. He's good, okay. So can I have a mover and a seconder for the minutes, please?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Fitzgerald. Second?
Second.
By Councillor Hines. All those in favor?
All right.
Motion carried. Thank you. So moving on to business. Is there any business arising from the minutes? None? Okay, we'll move on to new business. Is there any new business to bring to the table tonight?
No, sir.
No new business?
You sound disappointed.
Yeah. So if there is no new business, we'll carry on to correspondence. And in the correspondence, we have a couple of items. Item 1, the Municipality Assessment Agency has called for nominations, and Mayor Dean Ball has been nominated for the Western Director. Item number 2, the Stewardship Association of Municipalities. The minutes from the meeting have been presented to you for your review, if you haven't already done so. So you should have that information here with you now. So that concludes the correspondence. We'll now move on to the reports. So finance, Councillor Jones, please.
Okay, so like I said, I got one addition. I'll do a separate motion for the last one.
Okay.
So items for the Wednesday, November the 5th finance meeting been presented in front of you. Items number 1 to 6 for marine contractors for $103,500 for the paving of Sports Park parking lot. Zomo Canada for $1,190 for the Deer Lake Fire Rescue reporting software. Number 3, Vacal Legros Insurance. There you go, back again. $248,446.30. That's for the insurance of policies for the town of vehicles and properties. Number 4 for the Royal Canadian Legion Branch number 3 for $1,000. That's our annual donation for the Poppy campaign. Number 5 is 2026 budget review. The committee review the 2026 budget document, and meeting will be full council for review shall be scheduled next week. And hopefully we'll get all that there lined up, ready to go. And number 6, for RRAC, for $2,454.26, asphalt inspection, Main Dam Road. So I move that we accept the recommend for payments for finance meeting November the 5th.
Okay, moved by Councillor Jones. Can I please have a seconder? Second by Councillor Strangemore. Call for questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carried.
Okay, so the other one is for, it's gonna do our bank loan, it's for Main Dam Road upgrades for $614,268. And the 2025 paving is $517,686. So I move that we proceed with the bank loans for the total of $1,131,954.
Moved by Councillor Jones. Can I please have a seconder?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Councillor Jones, we don't have anything for account payable tonight, no?
No, I don't see it there.
Okay. So moving on to environment and housing. Councillor Fitzgerald, please.
Thank you. Environment and Housing met on November 7th. In attendance was Councillor Strangemore, Town Manager Jason Young, Director of Public Works Dave Thomas, Administrative Assistant Krista Jones, and myself. Just a little update. We've had 196 permits issued this year, which is pretty big since we're still in November, but hopefully we'll have a few more. So just getting started on permits issued, items number 1 to 3, just typical permits. For new business applications, item number 4, 5 Wallace Place, nightly rental business discretionary used. Advertised deadline to reply was November 7th. Had no responses, therefore we recommend to approve. And item number 5 for 4 Crescent Street, nightly rental business, discretionary use advertised. Deadline to reply was November 7th, no responses, therefore we recommend to approve. And that is the smallest environment and housing report I've ever seen. So I ask you to accept the report for November 7th. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Fitzgerald. Moved by Councillor Fitzgerald. Can I please have a seconder? Second by Councillor Strangemore. Call for questions?
Yes, I have a question in regards to the nightly rental businesses. Are they, I believe we did this last time, they had to qualify under Service NL before we approve these?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
After this meeting, they get a letter from us and goes to see.
Goes to Service NL. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. So that concludes environment and housing. We'll move on to public works. Councillor Park, please.
Public Works meeting was held on November the 6th. In attendance was Deputy Mayor Lyndall Smith, Town Manager Jason Young, Director of Public Works Dave Thomas, Town Superintendent Scotty Elms, and myself. Going down through the list there, we're ready for the winter prep. FYI, snow clearing is all ready. Speed bumps will be removed this week from White's Road. MVI or all equipment is ready except the single axle truck, and she's being worked on as we speak. Sand and salt needs to be picked up. 700 tons of salt and 1,000 tons of sand. The salt shed, FYI, we need to do some repairs on the existing salt shed. There's a few roof beams that are damaged, requires replacement. The roof on the south side requires new plywood and shingles. A contractor is scheduled to start These repairs this week. It is recommended that the existing salt shed be used for a dedicated sand shed after the new salt shed is constructed. Installed culverts on Amanda Avenue, fall cleanup, prepared patches for paving, poured sidewalks, 5 water and sewer hookups, curb stop repair at the fire hall. We painted the Remembrance Day crosswalk there by Esso, patching, catch basins cleaned out all throughout town, and 2 sewer repairs. Number 4, capital works. FYI, Garden Road Water and Sewer Project is being revised by the engineering consultant before the town reviews issuing for tender. And number 2, the new main lift station work started on November the 6th. Director of Public Works is to make periodic visits to the construction site to review the work progress and ensure that all safety standards are in place. Number 3, the new screens for the filtration plant have arrived and is scheduled to replace the existing screens as soon as possible. And I think, Dave, we're at that now. Once installed, the contractor will complete all necessary testing to ensure that everything is working as scheduled. Number 5, end of Crosses Road. We discussed putting a berm will be put in place back to prevent traffic from driving through Swartz's Park. This is scheduled for this week. Cranes Corner, number 6, fence to be repaired. Number 7, no parking sign by the Air Shack. FYI for everybody, sign to be moved back to the end of the hatch lines. Nick Shear shortened the length of the hatch area and added extra parking space in correspondence with this sign, so both will be same place. And number 8, previous agenda, curb on Mayor Avenue have been completed. Stop signs at the end of intersection at Woodford Drive, Airport Avenue will be installed this week. New gate at the compost site will be reviewed with Public Works for relocation. Nicholsville Road lift station, new bollards installation is being deferred until spring of 2026. Other options may be considered, and we're getting a quote for tree removal off the corner of George Aaron Drive. I'd like to make a motion for this to be passed.
Thank you, Councillor Park. Moved by Councillor Park. Can I please have a seconder? Second by Councillor Jones. Call for questions.
I just have a question. It's just for Public Works generally. Do we know why Foodland is blocking off down below?
I've emailed the owner of the property, I've called, there's no response back from them.
Okay. Because I know we have our own barriers down there, barricades, and I think they're putting too much traffic there out on Nicholsville Road there.
But it is their property.
Is their property.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Councillor
But
Fitzgerald,
they had access, that was part of their access.
to your
right?
point, we actually discussed that in our committee meeting, that if it is the worst case scenario, we say that they bar off this area, this private lane, we do have to go look at that intersection, and we'll say in front of Subway. That's something we're gonna have to look at, because right now, it is holding a lot of traffic.
But
and
in the
it's-
original proposal for Foodland, wasn't that an access that was dedicated to that area?
Yes.
So that was based, so the proposal
But
was accepted
being a
based on
private
that.
lane, I don't know, and I mean, there's nothing in place, and this is the innuendo, there's nothing in place now that shows why it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's only our barriers that are there, but I know we've asked Dave several times to reach out to the property owners, but no response.
I heard that they're extending their parking lot, so I don't know
Okay.
if they are or not.
Yeah,
There's some rumors around town, and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
just that right now, rumors, and I heard the same thing, that, you know, they could possibly be turning it into more of a parking lot, right? Their concern is, I guess, it's people are using it as a roadway to bypass going around the Esso station to get to the other businesses on Commerce Street. And it's creating some issues there and some safety concerns.
But I would look at the part of that needing to have that access there. If it was part of their original proposal to the town when the building was constructed. I say it should remain as is.
And also brings up a good point, Councillor Fitzgerald, is that KFC just did a whole retrofit, but the entrance to their drive-through is through this private lane. Now, the exit is on Chapel Hill, but the entrance is through private property. So whether or not these two entities, again, we're only guessing, made an agreement here, but there had to be some clarity over how this all unfolds. So hopefully we get some response, some official response on what the long-term plan is, but right now we don't have anything. It's only, I'm sure people are getting information, but not from the property owner, so to speak.
But if it's a concern about traffic driving straight through, sorry.
If I could speak for a second there, I think we should, make an extra effort to get out to the property owners after we pull out the initial document, like Darren had said, and find out what was given, what we were given for a building permit when the building was put there. If in fact that included that road right away, by all means, I wouldn't have it any other way. They'd have to reinstate that, put it back the way it was, or we need to do, or make them bear the cost of getting the extension done at Nicholsville Road.
I agree.
So it's good, like I said, we're all aware that it's gonna put a lot more of a load on Commerce Street, and that intersection, Commerce Street, Nicholsville Road, is gonna get choked up quite often. I've been over that way the past couple of days since they've done the work, and you do notice a lot more traffic at that intersection. And it is slowing down people from getting out of Commerce Street area. So there's no doubt if we can't get that reopened, it's certainly going to create a lot of other issues for that intersection on Nicholsville and Commerce Street.
So to that point, I think what we'll do, sorry, Mayor, I was going to say, to that point, myself and staff, Krista and Dave, will pull what we have on file for that original application and share it with council. Just because I think we agree that's a good starting point, that if they had 2 access points in the original application, that's probably the first place you start your conversation with them, is that why the change. Go ahead, Mayor.
And it's very unprofessional of a company that size not to give us a action plan before they start. And it's I would certainly like to put that back in their lap, that in the future anything changes made to property like that, especially of this magnitude, very unprofessional way to do business.
We could also look at barring the other end. If it's traffic cutting through totally, why wouldn't we look at barring off the Commerce Street and let them use the other end?
It's true, it's private lane,
That's a private lane at both ends, so if we close that off, we'd cut down a whole lot of traffic at that intersection, which is a horrible intersection anyway.
But I would like to even bring it to the point of what the fire department's actually thinking about this. If I were to guess, they have, that building is probably of a certain size that requires 2 accesses, so there's a bunch of things with this, that barring off of that access point.
Yeah, okay.
We're jumping on now.
No. Just information.
Let's get the rest of the
But it
information.
is, I know the conversation everyone's having, so
Yeah.
it's only fair to bring it up here tonight.
No, it's no problem at all. Any other questions or concerns? Okay, so hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. So that concludes Public Works, and we'll move on now to Recreation. And Councillor Hines. please.
Department of Arts, Recreation and Culture met on November 5th. In attendance was Councillor Fitzgerald, Director of Rec Community Services Glenn Wiseman, and Rec Manager Hilary Hoyles, and myself. Just have one item to discuss, and that's the Pumpkin Walk. So we had our Pumpkin Walk on Monday, November 3rd. The Rec Committee noted that the event was a great success and was enjoyed by all participants. However, some concerns were raised regarding the trail's proximity to Highway 430. It is recommended that streetlights be installed in the parking lot and at the entrance to enhance safety for future activities in the area. And additionally, it was suggested that traffic control we should probably have that on site during future events up there if we're going to be getting crowds like we have. So we just, we're asking for approval of that. So Asked to accept the minutes of the rec report.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Hines. It's moved by Councillor Hines. Can I please have a seconder?
So moved?
Moved by Councillor Fitzgerald, or second by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for questions?
Can we go out and get a costing on what it would cost to put a street light there?
A street light?
Yeah, but the infrastructure cost, that's what we had to pay for that as well, right?
There's existing poles.
Yeah, there's existing ones there.
With the light, but we already have a pole there, so, and it's theirs, their pole, but we'll pay $35 a month for each light.
So we look at cross the highway?
So what would you need there?
I wouldn't be doing
Off of
that.
two?
I would put two.
Just like lights.
We actually have two on the back of the
Yep.
parking lot.
Lamp.
There's two on the front, one on the 430, one in the entrance of the parking lot, and one at the back, so you could go with three.
Okay, three.
Just a comment, I guess, where it's starting to grow and it's being, good, it's great to see it grow, a lot of interest. Can we look at doing another trail that's off the highway, like patio by Lakeside Road?
That's what I was gonna ask.
development?
So, Councillor Jones, to your point, Chris and I actually met not long after the event occurred and talked about just the trails overall, and Glenn as well. This trailhead at Route 430 was never intended to be the main point of access for the trail network in Deer Lake. It continually does, but I mean, Krista knows this more than any of us, that the airport entrance is really the main access point for the Humber River Trail. And we discussed that in future years, maybe we look at the Spillway Trail, or is there's another section that we could light and kind of illustrate, because it seems like we're successful with this section of trail, so we keep going back to the well and doing the same thing because now it's lit. But it is the most dangerous intersection for a walking. There's no way to walk to there, which don't make sense to me, that you had to drive in your vehicle to get to a trailhead to go for a walk. We've lobbied the government, and previous councillors know that they've committed to putting an underpass underneath Route 430 to connect these two trails, but that doesn't solve our problem over that parking area. But I know, Krista, we've talked long about this. This trailhead was never meant to be the focal point that it is for all things walking in Deering. It's so dangerous there that you got ramps and traffic that we'd probably go back in the recreation, look at maybe it's time to find another section of trail that would be safer. And the Spillway Trail, we'd have the search and rescue parking lot, we'd have some other areas, and we've got lots of trail that we can show off and
But
probably
we're
look at
still-
lighting up.
But we'd be still crossing the main road down there in the dark.
Yes.
Well, it's not a highway, right? You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
Yeah,
highway,
no.
100%.
There's a lower section of Spillway Trail. You don't have to cross.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, to your point, I know, and we knew this was going to come up, is that maybe it's time to start looking at even what we do with Deer Lake Live. It seems like we always go up to the same spot and do it because it's successful and get the nice views, but it is very dangerous. And if anything ever happens up there because of one of our events, we're going to have to close it off. So we know that day we don't want it to happen. So we have had the discussion. So hopefully we'll come back with something for events newer, but to that point, it's always going to be used, so lighting is probably going to be something we're going to have to consider operationally.
That's the main reason we do stay on 430, just because the loop is already lit, and we have power on site. So if we're gonna look at something in the future, maybe that's something we can put power on site and we can light it.
Yeah, you'd have to put the more lights up and everything, so just would have started another trail and then some lighting.
Yeah, and we actually spoke about Spillway, because we said we can take the lower trail, walk right down to the road, and then you can walk back up the road.
Yes.
You can still do a loop, you'll do one straight section of trail and then walk.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's always better to be proactive than being into a reactive situation, so, yeah, I guess that conversation will continue then. Any other questions?
I just want to say hats off to the ones that did all the pumpkins. That's an awesome job. It was beautiful and well attended. Let's put it that way.
It's,
Good
great.
job.
It's
Yep.
everybody,
Maybe
what
you-
I understood and heard,
Huh?
everybody.
Getting bigger every year.
It's
Gets
huge.
bigger every year, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No more questions? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. So moving on to health and wellness, Councillor Park.
Health and Wellness Committee met on October the 28th. In attendance was Councillor David Hines, Town Clerk Gloria Humphrey, representative from Health, Suzanne Legg and Carmelita Morgan, and myself. Number one topic was Regional Health Council meeting. Meeting is November the 13th at Reed's Lane location. They would like for a few members of our health and wellness to attend for an hour for a presentation. Lori and myself will be attending that. Suzanne is going to confirm the time when it is. I think it's 11 o'clock on the 13th. 2, Scott's Grant, opening January 26th to apply we will apply to partner with the Trios for a community garden. Lori's going to watch for a couple grants when they come open. Number 3, Dr. Terry Marr retirement. Dr. Terry Marr is retiring in December. We would like to get a retirement gift on behalf of the town. Dr. Marr has been practicing in Deer Lake for more than 30 years. Number 3, a mini seniors day. We'd like to plan a mini seniors session. It would consist of 2 information systems, a nutrition break in between. These sessions are always well attended. It would be planned for mid-February. Number 4, the cross-country ski snowshoeing. I would like to promote to residents, and we're looking for a grant for that. I'd like to move for motion for health and wellness.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Burke. Moved by Councillor Burke. Can I please have a seconder? Second by Councillor Jones. Call for questions. Hearing none, all those in favour?
Aye.
Motion carried. So we'll move on to economic development. Councillor Strangemore, please.
The Economic Development Committee met on Thursday, November 6th. In attendance were myself, Councillor Jones, and our Economic Development Officer, Mark Lambswood. Items 5 to 17 are for your information only. Number 5, Rural Transit Solutions Fund. The EDO is to submit required items to proceed. Reverse public procurement. Staff are registered and preparing for the event. The MNL conference. EDO will be attending multiple sessions. The Trans-Canada Highway through Deer Lake. A letter has been sent to the Transportation Minister Petton to provide feedback. Tourism listings on nl.com. EDO has completed all these listings. The Deer Lake Tourism Development Corporation. Sorry. I'd actually like to strike number 10 from the minutes here. This is what we can talk about after. Number 11. Newfoundland Labrador Snowmobile Federation and Junction Trailblazers. Keeping in touch with these 2 organizations to understand current operations and plans. Number 13, Western Region SAM meeting. EDO has attended on behalf of the town. Number 14, business networking. EDO recommends rebranding to be more inclusive and also look for local opportunities to engage the Deer Lake area business community. Number 15, government programs with Deer Lake priorities for economic development. EDO and CAO to arrange meeting with provincial and federal partners after MNL in early December. The Swartz's Park 2.0 revised phases. The EDO will meet with Councillor Fitzgerald about this and have the signage for industrial park. Our EDO will follow up with CAO on the status for that. I'd like to move that the items 5 to 17 be included in the minutes this evening.
Is that excluding item number 10?
Excluding number 10, yes.
Okay, so we're doing 5 to 17 excluding number 10.
Yes.
Okay, moved by Councillor Strangemore. Can I have a seconder? Councillor Jones. Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. So finally, we move on to our policy. I believe we do have a couple there this evening, so Councillor Fitzgerald?
Sure, we have two new bylaws to be adopted here tonight. Just bear with me as I try to get my iPad here going. So bylaw number 1, it's the noise and nuisance bylaw. Be amended and adopted by the town council of Town of Deer Lake as of today's date, and to come into effect as soon as the mayor can sign it. I passed you the noise and nuisance bylaw.
All right, so you're moving that? Yeah.
Yes, so moved,
Yep,
yeah.
So moved by Councillor Fitzgerald. Can I have a seconder? Yep. Councillor Park. Call for questions. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. So you have another one?
All right, so yeah, for the most part, like, these are just changes from regulations to bylaws for the most part, and they've been updated by our enforcement officer. So, the next one is the animal control bylaw, and is amended and adopted by the town council of Town of Deer Lake as of today's date, and will come into effect as soon as the mayor can sign it. I offer you the new, animal control bylaw.
Okay. So, it's moved by Councillor Fitzgerald. Can I get a seconder?
Yep.
Councillor Park. Call for questions. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Fitzgerald. So that pretty much concludes our reports, our policy and reports for tonight. Does anybody have any questions or concerns that they would like to bring forward before we adjourn?
I'd just like to let everyone know about the Remembrance Day ceremony being at the Annex tomorrow instead of at the Legion site,
Okay.
due to the weather. I think it's very important. Everyone try and get out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always nice to be able to do it at the cenotaph.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there is some pretty bad weather coming, and we're not the only community that I understand anyway that's doing this. Jason indicated that some other communities are doing it as well. So, yeah, if you can make it, everybody please make an effort to do so. Anything else? Okay, so our next meetings are scheduled for November the 24th and December the 8th, of course, 2025. It is now 8:03 p.m. If there's no other business for this meeting, can I get a mover to adjourn, please? Moved by Councillor Jones. This meeting is now adjourned.